Hey, what is up everybody, Blades for here, and today for you guys another video of Persona 5X. Inside today's video guys, we're going to be going over the Makoto Yuki character introduction, which is going to show off his moveset as well, including a little bit more of the story. So if you guys are interested in this, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. As always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really does help me out quite a lot here. I should be having at least 2 more short build guides coming out very soon for Ryuji and On, so look forward to that. But now we got through talking here, we have the actual English subs and everything thanks to Tycon and Red Harv. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at that, and then we'll be able to check out the awarenesses and everything else afterwards. But let's get into it. So first things first here, I want to make sure y'all can hear it just like I can. And let's just go full screen here. Make sure this looks nice for you all. And I think that's perfect. All right. You know they had to put the music, bro. I love it. I love it already. All right, so I want to know more about this story a little bit. Like the P3 side, I'm very, very interested into. Wonder, thank you very much. Okay. Welcome, sorry, can I ask you something? And for those who do not know, right after Yuki should be Yukari immediately. So keep that in mind for those people who are like hardcore going in for at least Makoto. Okay, so we're just explaining ourselves to them, pretty much. Remember something? This place brings back memories. Yes, it's making me nostalgic. Okay, so like we're just chatting it up for the most part here. Also, people selling some strange notes. Maybe your hometown has something like this. Yeah, so we literally just got transferred here by the looks of it. Let's see. Draw her spirit changes to the fountain once. Oh no. Homie's actually remembering anything and everything, but it's like, oh yeah, no, this feels nostalgic as a mug. Even wonders like, no, that was crazy. Okay, hold on, done and dusted. Yes, we get to actually see the character now. So we do know he is a fire single target DPS. I want to know the moves. That's what I'm interested in. And they didn't need to make Orpheus look so freaking clean though. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. The 5-star weapon looks actually awesome. Okay. First move's Augie based. Okay, that's kind of nice. Now, is this P5 Makoto or P3? Okay, it's P3 by the looks of it, because he doesn't have any physical on him really. So, okay, we have an attack crit damage buff. Ooh, so DPS slash support. All right. That actually looks really cool. And then we have the 3rd system. Okay. They made him look really cool, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. They actually made him look really, really cool. And then, is this a support 3rd? So he can do both? And then you have the assist commands. Okay, so this is like the, that's good to see. That's really good to see. That's actually pretty darn cool. I'm not gonna lie. Do like the weapon though. Okay, so this is more of like passives and stuff like this. We'll get into this afterwards, especially with the awarenesses. From what I heard, his A6 is pretty but his A2 is actually really, really good. So I want to try and check that out as well. If anyone was going to try to dupe him, that would probably be the best shot. And then of course the AOA. Dude, I love that. It looks so nice. It looks so good, bro. All right, and just like that, that is everything. So we got a good look to see exactly what Makoto can really do, but we're gonna actually look into everything revolving his kit now. So let's go ahead and take a look at that first. So A0, great guide. Makoto Yuki has cadenza and Adanari. Had to cough for a second. Gosh, Adanari has Third-G skills. At the start of the battle, restores 35 Third-G energy if own Third-G energy is less than 35. When Makoto Yuki receives buffs, healing, shields from allies, he gains 1 stack of moon phase for a certain amount of turns, up to 4 stacks. This then increases his pin rate whenever Makoto Yuki has at least a moon phase. So okay, so he gets buffed off of mainly support moves, which is kind of interesting to see. And of course he restores his own energy. So that's already interesting enough, at least, as the what is it called, the awareness 0. That's probably nice. Then we have the skill 1, melodic blaze, deals a certain percentage of attack fire damage to one enemy a certain amount of times, gains 2 stacks of moon phase for a certain amount of turns, up to a decent bit of stacks. Now whenever Makoto Yuki consumes moon phase, this will then deal damage with Scarlet Devouring Blaze, increasing the skill multiplier by a certain percentage of amount, well, certain percentage for a certain amount of turns. So he does leave, can't tell if that is a debuff that he ends up leaving. Then I would think it is, because it sounds like it is one. Scarlet Devouring Blaze, increasing the skill multiplier for a certain amount of turns. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't here, but we do get a skill increase, which is actually kind of nice with skill 1. Then we have the skill 2, Moonlit Hymn, increases all allies crit damage and attack for a certain amount of turns, gains 2 stacks of moon phase for a amount of turns, up to a certain amount of stacks. Now I feel like this is going to be very important, but it honestly depends on how you want to run the guy. He seems like a hybrid type deal, where you have, of course, the attack side, but you very well can use him as a supporter too, which is interesting because it does fit for at least Orpheus itself. So I would say this is going to be a kind of interesting character, to say the least, at least. Not gonna lie, I wonder how this is gonna work. What will his skill rotation be? Would it be skill 2 into skill 3, or would it be skill 2 into skill 1, or maybe a combination of all 3? I'm kind of interested to see how that's gonna go. Then of course we have skill 3, Scarlet Devouring Blaze. So this is the one that we should have been paying attention to. That's what that is. Use condition: when you have at least 2 stacks of moon phase, it will consume all moon phase for each stack of moon phase consumed. Well, for each stack of moon phase consumed, it will deal 1 hit or percentage attack fire damage to one enemy. Afterwards, consumes all special moon phase for each stack of special moon phase. When it is consumed, it will additionally deal 1 hit of a percentage attack fire damage to one enemy. If you have 4 stacks of moon phase, it increases own pin and damage dealt when using the skill. So I want to take a look at the other skill here, because I know skill 2 gives you 2 of these, right? So you get 2 from here, and then skill 1 gives you 2. So what I'm thinking, yeah, it has to be, you would use skill 2 to help out your crit damage, your what's it called, your attack. Then you would use skill 1, get the last few stacks, and then on the 3rd turn is where you use Scarlet Devouring Blaze to actually get more of that big damage off, which actually looks pretty darn cool. I won't lie, the animation for it actually looks really cool. So that's awesome to see what they ended up doing with this. I think this is really nice to actually see. And I just noticed I didn't fix my screen yet. Hold on, let me actually fix that. Oop, there we go. But that is really cool to see, actually. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like that. The next thing here that we're going to be looking at is the Third-G. So Third-G Adanari here. This one is actually going to be whenever we have 100% Third-G energy, it'll deal a certain percentage of attack fire damage to an enemy a certain amount of times, while gaining 1 stack of special moon phase for a certain amount of turns, up to a few stacks. We don't know any of these, of course, which is why I keep saying a certain amount. So that's interesting. That's going to be the one with Shiva, and I can't remember her name. I just had this thing persona out. This was Pavarti. Yes, so Shiva and Pavarti. And then afterwards we have this, I guess this is also part of it because that's the final little slash hit. So interesting to see. Then we have the Third-G named Cadenza. So yes, he does have 2 Third-Gs here, which is why I was getting a little interested with that. But this is whenever you have 100% Third energy, much like the last one here. It increases all allies attack and damage dealt for a certain amount of turns, while gaining 1 stack of special moon phase for a certain amount of turns up to a certain amount of stacks. This is interesting because that means you can kind of choose which one you want to use, is what I'm thinking here. So if you're using them more for a support type role, you can use this one. If you're using them more as an attacker type role, like most of us probably are going to use them as here, you use the other Third, which is interesting. Then we have assist skills. Finally, this is something specifically for the P3R characters by the looks of it here. Assist skills for him specifically, if you use it, it increases an ally's attack for 1 turn, which is nice. It's kind of like a baton pass, which I really do like as well. Kind of how the OG ones ended up doing things anyways, because I swear the one more system is something I kind of liked, and it's one of the things that I kind of want to see in this game as well. So I would like you know, this to stay a thing for the P3R character. Please stay a thing. Then we have a new signature weapon. I'm not even going to try and say that dang name. So it increases attack here, increases crit rate when you gain 3 moon phases or special moon for 2 turns, and increases damage dealt when you deal an X amount of hits or of damage with a persona skill or Third. So interesting there. Do love the freaking weapon choice, I'm not gonna lie. It looks actually really good with him. Wonder how the 4-star does look as well. But then we have the other one here. So his passive one is called Lead. After using Third, increases all allies attack, additionally increases C's attack. Whoa, okay, so that means there eventually will be a C's team. Okay, that could be really cool. Additionally increases C's allies attack for a certain amount of turns. Ooh, that's gonna be actually kind of interesting, because if they're doing C's based passives, it's gonna make you want to get the cast so that you can actually have the teams ready for those C's based SOSs or events. So that's gonna be really cool. I actually can't wait for that. Passive 2, Trust. When Makoto Yuki receives buffs, healing, shields from allies, it increases his own damage or crit damage for a certain amount of turns up to a certain percentage. So really cool to see as well there. Then we have the awarenesses. The awarenesses are where everything's going to go down here. From what I know, only A2 and A1 are worth it. So let's read all along here. Born from Coincidence. When using Melodic Blaze, additionally deals 1 hit of damage. When using Moonlight Hymn, additionally increases all allies pin for a certain turn. When using Scarlet Devouring Blaze, if you have 4 stacks of Moon Phase, additionally increase own crit rate. So okay, you can use this in a various amount of ways, which is actually kind of interesting. I kind of like that, because the A1 is actually not bad. You can have a chance to increase your crit rate, have a chance to help out your entire team as a whole, or maybe just deal 1 hit of damage, which pretty sure that's going to be actually kind of interesting to see as well. But I feel like the 2 and 3 are what most people are going to use if they have that A1. So that's really going to be interesting to see. Then we have the A2, Unwavering Heart. At the start of Makoto Yuki's turn, if you reach 4 stacks of Moon Phase, automatically uses Moonlit Hymn. This effect has a 1 turn cooldown. Okay, I see why they say A2 is really good. Because now you don't have to decide anymore. You can just straight up use it when you do have the A1 done with the 4 stacks. You can just straight up use Scarlet Devouring Blaze. So there's no need to use it yourself. It's automatically used for Moonlight Hymn, because I don't think Melodic Blaze is going to be used too much here. But we'll have to see how that goes. But I can see why they say the A2 is really good now. A3 and A4. Well, A3 is just something random here, really. A4, Thorny Path. When using Cadenza, additionally increases all allies damage dealt for a certain amount of turns. Something okay. When using Adenari, additionally deals 1 hit of damage. It's all right. I wouldn't say it's all right. I would say it's okay, but I don't know if it's like crazy. So we have the Awareness 5, which is Blazing Soul, nothing too good there. And then the A6, the Promise. When Makoto Yuki, or Makoto, sorry, dying from this. When Makoto Yuki uses a Third, automatically triggers the other Third. So now at this point, he can use both of his Third at once, which is kind of interesting, because at least, I mean, you can use both at the same time. Now you no longer have to decide. I mean, I guess that's a plus for an A6, but I'm not sure how good that really will be. And then wherever Makoto Yuki first receives fatal damage, his HP cannot drop below 1 until the end of his next turn. Then he enters near death. He will faint when it's his next turn and remove near death if his HP is restored above a certain percentage and max HP during near death. So I'm guessing this is kind of like a semi revive, I would think. I don't know if that's really too useful. I can see why people say the A6 is less vital than the A2, because the A2 added actually a lot to it, right? The A6, you do get the additional of the double Thurgy, but that is about it. You don't really get much out of it. You only just get that double Thurgy trigger, which I mean, like, hip hooray, I guess, but the other part of it is not like crazy good. So yeah, that would be a skip if it was up to me, to be honest, for that side. But then of course we have a look at the AOA art, which is of course something we've all known and seen for quite some time now. Love the looks of it as usual. I can't wait to have all the P3R AOA arts as well. That's going to be awesome to see. But that should be everything regarding at least Makoto Yuki and at least their moveset as well. Y'all let me know what y'all think down below in the comment section. And then till next time, everybody, stay safe, stay sharp, and peace out.